Where are we going? North.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby. Your presence requested in exchange for treasures.
Ripper.
Are we talking one treasure each?
Count that.
Welcome back to Dungeons and Dragons. Our last episode, we met all of the characters who ride along the Magic Ghoul bus.
Ride on the Magic Ghoul bus.
The Monster Mash. Yeah, definitely like and like as the bus, like the montages of the bus traveling places like down the road, it's like eerie stuff, but then the bus is like kind of bouncing to like a musical beat. And it's like, you know, you'll see like the characters on the bus like doing their weird dances since they're all undead and have, you know, random stuff going. Yeah. Robert Ghoulee is just like doing like all like the claw stuff, like yeah. And Billy Barbadook will also just like randomly quiz the students. That's something like pertaining to the episode. We'll just like throw back like questions, you know, to like insert those educational segments. So on our way to Plumberryport, we arrived. The school bus rolls up a long paved road, and you can see farmland with very few animals wandering about. You are greeted by the mayor, Malcolm Sturbridge, who's in his 60s, sporting a fine suit jacket over a nightgown.
You must be the investigators. Thank you for coming on such short notice,
he politely states.
We've had a series of strange occurrences.
He begins to look frightened and ultimately runs away screaming.
Oh, that's not very useful.
I guess we follow the direction he was running. See if we can't get the answers to what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Everyone put on
Indeed.
the running shoes. Time to chase down the mayor.
I don't run, and I jump on the back of the horse.
So you all get off the bus and you just start chasing after the mayor, who's like in like full sprint.
Does the mayor look afraid of us or afraid of something else?
He looked totally fine speaking to the lot of you when he like, it wasn't like he was speaking and then saw you, like he saw you and
Okay.
began just conversing with you. But then like mid-sentence, just all of a sudden looked frightened and started running away. So you see all the members of the Ghoul bus all just, you know, start charging after him through town. And you see like the other residents who are either like in their homes, like looking out windows, like what is happening? Or just in the street, like moving out of the way as Annaskell like takes the lead on the back of Femur Dora and has the giant scythe like out behind, or just like overhead, like charging. So then you hear like residents start screaming like ah when they see that, and the Magic Ghoul bus also like putters behind the rest of you, and all of a sudden, seemingly out of nowhere, at the scent of fresh lemons, you go by like a lemon stand. All of a sudden, an energy cannon just like comes out of the Ghoul bus and blasts the mayor into oblivion. It's just like ash. So the only indicator of this happening is the scent of lemons.
Oh darn! I turn around toward the bus. And what are the eyebrows doing? Are they looking like mischievous?
The eyebrows are just kind of like, oh well.
Tisk tisk, Ghoul boss. We needed him for information.
Like random like steam.
All right. Hey, Samp, Annaskell, can you gather the mayor's ashes and bring them to the reanimator in the back of the bus?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, okay. I got you. And she gets off the back of the horse, but like clearly lets Samp do all of the work. She doesn't want to get dirty. She doesn't want to get she can't get her dress dirty with ashes.
That's right. Yeah.
It's white.
And so, for context, the reanimator is well, it kind of does what it says. It doesn't quite bring people back to their material form as they were before, but it brings them back in sort of a sentient steam cloud.
Yeah, so you gather up the ashes. Robert Ghoulee watches this whole thing with glee. He loves anytime something's put into the reanimator. It's like a favorite of his. So the ashes are dumped in, and then the Ghoul bus produces this thick, particularly thick steam cloud, which loosely takes on the shape of the mayor, who is the biggest difference that he's completely nude now. But we don't see that. It's just like the absence of his nightgown and suit. Those don't function in the reanimator. It's only for people.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor. I hope our little dust up doesn't affect your next campaign. Would you be interested in explaining to us exactly what's going on in your town of Plumberryport?
I believe that we're being haunted. My first instinct is poltergeists, but I know nothing about it. We've heard word of things like this happening in Doomscar, and that you, Dr. Barbadook, are the leading expert on all things paranormal. So we knew we needed to call you and your team in.
Oh, me? I'm but a mere scientist. Right, class?
I start eating bugs.
Ugh.
Yes, Dr. Barbadook.
I just start pulling on my claws.
So
tell
he's...
us.
Sorry.
So tell us, where have these hauntings been occurring?
Everywhere.
Right now, it's happening on the bus. She's just she's a little bit skeeved out by seeing a ghost.
Yeah, right.
At Garfield Masterson's house, a strange rhythmic drumming has been happening at night. Thomas Greenfield, he saw a strange-looking canine around his sheep. He shot it, and then it vanished into thin air. Donna Dean, my maid, has been seeing a scary black dog following her at night when going home. Little Allie Hall, she saw some girl in a green dress swinging from an oak tree that doesn't have a swing. Margaret Walton has had potted plants just go flying off the shelves. And, just today we received more complaints from other residents. Fergus Evans, Octavia Beaumont, Harriet Claymore, Gregory Blackwood, all believing that there's unseen things at work here.
It's quite the roll call.
Quite indeed.
So, class, where do you think we should investigate first?
I don't know. Wherever you think.
Naturally, we should check out the one that involves the dog.
The one that he shot and vanished, or the black dog that's been following?
Black dog.
The black dog. I was thinking about that myself.
Well, I leave it up to your expertise.
I trust my students, Mr. Mayor. To the poltergeist pooch we shall go.
So with the reanimator, how long is that effective for?
A day.
A day? Okay. So then he's just going to remain within the bus, just kind of
His
hovering there.
vaporous form is part of the steam that powers the bus for this day.
Yeah.
And whenever we need to ask him more questions, he just comes out of one of the vents.
Yeah, I like that.
And so you all get off the bus, and Z remains behind. And Z visibly has half of his brains missing. So he's just standing there, and he's staring at the mayor.
Robert, did you eat the mayor's brains?
Not this time.
Oh my gosh. It's so good because of the hangry demon form. You just never know what Robert Ghoulee is going to do.
Can you, Master of the Universe, can you describe the town in a little more detail as we make our way toward where the dastardly demon dog was sighted?
Sure, yeah. It's a rather opulent old town. It's more or less dismal black and white background, but that's a reflection of the cartoon, not necessarily the town itself. Doomscar is just perpetual darkness and lightning, but this town typically is a bit brighter. But all of the homes are well built, well kept. People have servants.
and there's essentially everything that would be needed is here. And so it's as Plumberry Port, like it is also a port town, like Cape Doomscar, and is also, so you're all like by the water as well, which is just waves of darkness as well. You don't really see beneath the water. It's and nobody goes into the water either. it's just kind of there as like a hard barrier for the cartoon. Like we never wander there. But it's unspoken, but yes. Yeah, and everyone's dressed well and clean as well.
Okay, great. Does anyone want to do anything before we venture toward? Where did you say the dog was sighted again? Where are we specifically headed?
Following somebody specific, right?
Yeah, the mayor's maid has complained to him about being followed by a scary black dog that follows her home at night. That's Donna Dean.
Let's go find Miss
Find
Dean.
Yeah. Probably also let her know she should look for maybe a new line of work. Her employer's kind of dead.
We're gonna need a new mayor.
We'll see what happens.
I'd vote for you, Dr. Barbadook.
The newspaper the next morning. Scandal. Mayor actually dead.
Scandal. Mayor calls in experts to rid town of evil. Accident. They murder him within the first minute.
I wanted to transform the magical bus into a small bat.
Nice.
So that we can easily traverse over to the mayor's mansion, the gubernatorial ghoulish home. Gubernatorial mansion?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's good.
I like
Okay.
it.
All right.
Hey, Willie, you don't have to be a dick because I can't turn into a bat. I get it, but it's fine.
Yeah, it's like it has fangs when you have the transformation.
And they're longer than my fangs.
Yeah. It's like the ghoul bus nose too. Like you make the comment and then you just see the fangs like.
Then it goes, ha.
Yeah, the steam. So
Gentlemen, save your bickering.
yeah, you guys just start flying over to the mayor's mansion, and it is 3 p.m, so it is it is somewhat light out, even though there are clouds covering the town at the moment. And again, pretty strange occurrence for a town that's frightened of being haunted to see this giant bat flying across town in the middle of the day.
It's fine.
Yeah, their mayor just blew up with a laser beam. It's
That too, yeah.
Not technically a laser beam, Samp.
Yeah, get into the science behind it.
It was a hard energy laser.
I would love to get into the science of it, but you aren't passing me, so...
Well, if you studied harder, maybe you can prove yourself in this little investigation.
Maybe if you're a better teacher.
Ouch.
Don't you dare insult Dr. Barbadook.
Anyone know where to get a ghoul latte around here?
Also, I'm not really a doctor. I'm not sure why you call me that, Annaskell.
Somebody else called that earlier.
Yeah, the principal said
The principal said it, yeah.
Yeah.
He just assumes
Yeah, the
everyone.
cat.
The principal's just a cat.
Yeah, between you and me, children, I never passed college.
I'm really a high school
That's-
dropout.
I
That's
sort of
gonna be the
made it
next-
on my own.
That'll be the next scandal in the town. Every person the principal hires is like, I have a PhD. He goes, oh, okay. And then he's you hired people without degrees.
You just see on their documentation that Principal Pa has just totally exaggerated their credentials and put his paw print next to it. So you arrive at the mayor's mansion, and you see that the maid is still hard at work maintaining this massive structure that is Gothic in appearance. There are gargoyle statues and large pillars, flying buttresses, all the goods.
Ooh, buttresses. Ooh.
Lying.
Yes, they're flying. So you land, you come out of the ghoul bus, which is just chilling, and you enter into the mansion. Samp makes sure to ask permission
Oh,
to walk
of course.
in.
I knock first, make sure that my presence is known, and I ask you
Yeah.
to come in.
Good manners.
No one be rude.
And who might you be?
Oh, hello, I'm Donna Dean. You must be Billy Barbadook, the one the mayor called in?
Yes, and this is my class of investigators. Annaskell, Samp, and that's Robert.
Oh,
Sup?
hello. There's some nice claws you have there. Oh, a wonderful dress. Where did you have that made? That's beautiful.
I don't know. Oh, this old thing.
Instead of
Thank
coals,
you.
trolls.
Oh, yes, trolls.
There we go.
Yes,
Trolls.
troll,
Oh,
troll,
trolls.
troll navy. Troll
Spelled
navy.
like TROHLS.
Ah. I'll have to look there. You got that's yeah. But anyway, yeah, so the scary black dog's been following me home at night when I leave the mansion.
Now, this is an important question. Are you carrying anything the dog might think is food?
Well,
Or do you have any reason to think that you might die soon?
whoa, I mean, I am quite frightened of the dog. When you ask her the first question, she looks a little nervous about carrying something that the dog might want.
You look like you might be hiding something. What are you carrying?
Oh, promise you won't tell the mayor.
Oh, you don't have to worry about him. He is, let's just say, dust in the winds.
Truly an effervescent personality.
Oh, well, to be honest, I may...
Also, you might want to look for a new job. Anyway, what were you saying?
I may or may not take things from the kitchen when I leave.
Like
I don't think anyone
food?
is.
Or
Yeah.
like utensils and equipment?
No, like
Chemicals?
food.
Okay.
I tend to take some things from his stores on my way out.
What do
No,
we,
like he pays me fairly, but he imports all of this fantastic food, and I can't
I
help
mean, does
it.
the food go to waste otherwise?
Well, I certainly make sure it doesn't.
So, Miss Dean, I have a question.
Yes.
Well, what do you know about that gas bag of your former boss? He's like quite literally a gas bag now, but can he shapeshift?
The mayor? I've never known him to shapeshift.
No, just wondering. Maybe he could have turned into that dog and was trying to get some of that stuff back.
Have you ever just tried not stealing food and seeing if the dog doesn't follow you?
The thought has not crossed my mind, honestly.
Do you have any enemies, Miss Deed?
Oh, I don't think so. We're a pretty friendly town.
Well, you just admitted you steal from your employer, so perhaps there are some other malfeasances you have caused, inadvertently, perhaps.
Maybe not that I really know about. I really keep to the mansion during the day. It requires quite a bit of upkeep, as well as quite a bit of snacking.
Are you the only one on staff?
I am the only one on staff, yes.
That's probably why it.
That's why it takes so much
attention.
time.
All right. Would you mind showing us where you last experienced this apparition? And students, would you mind getting these spectrometers from the back of the bus, please?
Okay.
Sure.
Is this for a grade?
Now, Robert.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, are you gonna grade me on efficiency? Or
I'm gonna
just
grade you on how well you handle the spectrometers. We don't want an incident like last time, right, Annaskell?
I guess maybe I should be a little more careful.
Yes. The eternal fire that man suffered through is really quite difficult to put out
He's still burning
to this very day.
since the world's been turning.
that poor man. So you go to the back of the bus, who's still in bat form. So you just kind of like start reaching into his caboose, and he doesn't take very kindly to it, and the steam shoots out the spectrometers and like kind of blows you back. But it's really like hot steam that it's uncomfortable. It's obviously not, doing damage to you, but you don't like it.
Ow!
And you do see that Donna Dean still has pockets full of snacks. When you're observing her, there's like very obvious bulges in her pockets.
So, like, do you see, like, when you say that like there's bulges in the pockets, like, do you see like snack wrappers and stuff coming out of them, or we're assuming it's snacks, or we don't really know?
Yeah, like you assume at this point that it's snacks after she's just kind of admitted to stealing them and then made the side comment that she spends part of her day just snacking.
I'm going. Annaskell kind of just like off to the side, out of view, just takes off her left arm and uses it as an extender to reach into her pocket, to reach into Donna's pocket, and pull out a snack. Like, I don't know, probably like raisins or something. I don't know why I went to raisins, but raisins, why not?
Oh yeah, dude. High demands, dried goods.
And she said, like, Annaskell starts like popping them in her mouth, and you just kind of see them like fall out of her face because she's a skeleton. But as she's eating them, like, did you bring these from home, or are these from the mayor's kitchen? And she just like eats more of them. She's like questioning, like, it's like she's questioning them, or like, are these stolen? But she doesn't care because she just keeps eating them.
So yeah, so you go ahead, you steal these right out of her pocket. You start throwing them down your mandible, and that are just dropping on the floor in massive quantities. They're like you can see them like falling and like going like plinko down her ribcage. Yeah, we get like an X-ray shot, like just for the sake of the cartoon, like.
And when it zooms into the X-ray, the skeleton on the X-ray is little blushes.
Yes. And your act of like taking food and continuously eating it is making Robert Ghoulee particularly hungry, and he begins to transform uncontrollably into his demon form. And so you see him start to shake, and you ask her this question, and this segment cuts with Robert Ghoulee like and beginning to take on his demonic form.
Welcome to Demons and Dragons.